Good morning. It's still morning, just about. It is Monday, the 27th of November, just before midday. I've been busy picking a couple of orders that were for pickup, as it goes. Been a strange weekend. Kind of Black Friday really did continue through kind of Friday, Saturday morning, and then Saturday evening everything just seemed to click back into place, and we've got maybe 17. I've had one picked up. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 17 orders, is that right? Feels like it's one short somewhere. That's a worry. Anyway, 17 orders, which is a nice little bounce back after what was a very quiet middle of the week onwards last week, as I guess people were preparing for Black Friday and stashing cash away, ready for that. So yeah, it was meant that some of the orders were pretty big, pretty substantial. Again, cleared me out of a lot of things. It's taken us down to 221,500 parts, so a fair old drop. I think on Saturday there was like nearly 2,000 parts in sales, and then there was one big order I'll show you in a moment that's for pickup this afternoon. The blog went up as usual and is tracking pretty much where the others have gone. A couple of nice comments about how relaxing they are. Well, I'm flattered, but it feels quite stressful at times, kind of making them interesting and stuff like that, but I'm glad everyone's finding them relaxing. There's another how-to video coming out Wednesday this week and one the week after. Someone has suggested in the comments, who was it? Ligerton, if that's how you pronounce that right, I think, about doing one about how I monitor kind of the return on investment on parts, that if I'm buying them and stuff like that. So I might cover that in a smaller video, but I don't think I've ever really made it much of a secret. I think I kind of touch on it as I go. Obviously, kind of as things in Brick Freedom run low, I write them down on my little sheet like a crazy person, and as you can see, I've started working through this weekend on what was last week, but it got added to and then some over the page, and then they go into my restock wants list, and I assign a price to each of them in terms of what I see as the minimum price. So let's take this just top piece, right? So my buy-in price I want to be paying is like 25 cents for one of those. The price guide is telling me that the average price for those is around 36, and as you can see, under that 25 there is a fair amount of volume, 86 there at 23 and whatnot, and there's a whole bunch I bought at 22. And then if you roll down, I'm selling them for 36, so I'm making what's that, 14 cents, so I'm making 50% on them. And that's not true on every part, you know. Sometimes if there's a scarcity of a part, I might buy it at the actual average price and sell it at the average price. You know, if it's a part that goes well, like for instance, lying on my desk, 1x3s, you know, you're not going to make much profit out of something that's got something like that. These black ones are fairly scarce, as you can see, but they do sell in great volume. 300 in November, 383 in October, 366 in September. So there's a lot of volume on them and not a great deal of supply, which is how that price is high. So yeah, that's kind of that in a nutshell. But I might do a longer video kind of explaining how I do that and how I then check against Brickowl as well now, in terms of whether or not there's a cheaper price point to be had somewhere else. Speaking of Brickowl, I had not realised in the settings in Brickowl that you can link things up to affiliates. Little tab up here, of which Brickowl was one of them, and I didn't have that enabled. And I enabled that on maybe Thursday or Friday when things were a little bit quiet, and one of the orders from Brickowl over the weekend came via Brickowl. So instant results on that. So anyone that has got Brickowl, well worth checking out these tabs, just in terms of making sure you've got everything you want, well, everything you can do to get sales in. So yeah, so let's have a look at the weekend's orders. We'll start with the biggie, a whole mountain of black, white, reddish brown, and then a little smattering of dark blue grey. A lot of basic bricks. So someone's building something quite big in terms of a mock. This one, a little bit of used, and then a lot of black. There's two orders with very similar parts, each of them with two of these dark blue 1x1 plates in them. That one and this one. Very similar kind of parts, not identical, but similar types, similar quantities. So I'm going to assume it's for some kind of mock that's perhaps out on Brickowl or something like that. Minifigure parts and ladders order, express shipping that one. This is the one that came from Brickowl. Nothing unusual about the parts, but again, black. I mean, black has just been so dominant of the colours recently. This one's one of those domestic large letter Jenga efforts. That's why it's sitting over here, because those envelopes are a little bit bigger. Running low of these envelopes, so need to do an order of those in the immediate future to make sure we don't run out, especially approaching Christmas, getting stuff in to see us through. This one is the one for collection, and this is a real mixed bag of stuff. A whole load of circular tiles, circular plates, trans circular plates, clearing me out of those, 413 of those. Missing a couple of trans clear circle plates here and there, like one in the used and one in the new, which is damn frustrating. The one in the new was because it was actually the wrong part sitting in there when I've counted it. It was one of those things with the pin sticking at the top, but I've obviously just counted it as a plate. And then a real assortment of printed tiles, ships' masts, stars, a minifigure from the Lego movie, an X-Wing canopy. There's a samurai body and torso and legs in there. Yeah, there is a assortment in there, and that one's getting picked up this afternoon. I just need to do the refund. It's like 20 cents or something like that. This one sitting in the box is clearing me out of a lot of bricks. A whole bunch of yellow, black, dark blue grey, dark orange, sand green, blue, red. Yeah, a real array of bricks in that one. Another Brickowl one. It's got a porg head in it. This little piece, which is called a worm, and a dark red wedge plate. And then over this side of the desk is all the domestic letter. So someone going big on the old school knights, helmets, bows and arrows, torsos, and some minifigure heads. Some more minifigure heads and a couple of plates. 50 of those minifigure stands that just continue to be popular. A little bit of sand blue oddities, which strangely I had in a drawer all by themselves, even though they were listed in the drawers of the parts. That one took a little while to find. This one is a 24 of them, and then this light grey turntable, which is a fairly rare as hen's teeth piece, and as such quite a lot. Regular order who leaves their orders open for a while whilst they work through things. That one's been open for a couple of weeks now, but that one's paid and off it goes. A minifigure head and one of those ladders, got a few of those still. Another one that might be a bit of a squash and a squeeze into this size envelope. I might have to change that, but it's the cheap postage, so got to try and make it work. And again, I'm always a little bit concerned about those delicate kind of domes in these, because you know they're pretty tight. Another big dose of black, and a special request to make sure that the trans plate was in its own baggie. The way I tend to bag things up, things like that would be anyway, so they didn't get scratched. And then the final one, clearly a bit of pirate action, and or some palm tree stuff and some sea coloured plates, those medium azure plates, which are in the castles and stuff like that. So yeah, so we've got what we got there, 9 there, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There you are. I wasn't counting correctly. And the one that got picked up for those minifigures. So 19 already sorted for the day. All the labels are done. So what that means for week 47, as we kind of wait for it to close out, is that it isn't as good as last week, because I think week 46 was 40 orders. The average sale, I think, is up. I think the average sale was up. The sales per day is definitely down. Quite a drop. You know, it's been a few weeks since we've been below 5 a day, and largest quantity is those trans blue circle plates. Quite a lot of parts sold. I think that's probably up there with the. There's a lot of parts sold. Shipping's probably a pretty decent thing, but yeah, that's it's a bit of a dip. I think what we're looking at for November, as we just click to that, is we are 24% down, so we're a quarter down, and we've only got what, 27, 28, 29, 30. We've only got 4 days to go. So unless everyone goes crazy, which you know, could always happen, it's definitely going to be a down day. Items sold is up. All the other metrics are down. Total sales isn't too far down, but the sales per day, I think we were at 6.1 or 6 point something, weren't we, through October. Let's have a little look. Well, 5.8 through October, so we're at 5.2, so we're just a little bit down, but we're a fair old way down on the total sales, which makes a mockery of my bold forecasting. I did get carried away with that, but luckily we've got the eBay sales that are going to kind of bring in a little bit of revenue to try and balance things out for this week. So yeah, as we head into week 48, which has nothing on the doors yet, 48 means there's only 4 weeks left. Starting to think about what I do in terms of over the Christmas period. Obviously going to be having family time and stuff like that, so I have to think about when the store's going to be closed and giving people enough notice of that. So week 47, as you can see, Brickowl kind of ticked along, perhaps wasn't as consistent as was the week before. In terms of parts, minifigures and instructions, sticker sheets don't show up on there, eh? Because actually I forgot to show you, actually behind this one, there's a whole bunch of sticker sheets. It's like 5 sticker sheets in that purchase. Forgot about that, and that's probably the first time I've done any volume in sticker sheets, but they don't show up as an item on here, which is interesting, isn't it? Maybe they're just classed as parts. It's a bit of a shame, because it'd be interesting to see them broken out, and that's actually a shock to me, that colour chart down the bottom. I would have said black was miles ahead, but there you go. 1494, 1326. There you go. Who would have said that? I would have put money on black being ahead, which makes me sound like a gambling addict, but I'm not. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, that's about it for now, isn't it? Not much more to say, other than kind of start thinking about doing a few more videos, these how-to videos, to see us through the periods, the week or two, I'm not sure, that I'm going to kind of take the foot off the gas over the festive period. As I say, family time, people over, people staying with us, so me sitting in a room surrounded by Lego talking to myself probably is a bit antisocial at that time of year, isn't it? Anyway, that's it for now. Start getting all of these put in the boxes and labels stuck on, and then off to the post office with all of this. Good morning. Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning. I worked late into the night last night, parting out the Viking village, which was a whopping 4,325 pieces. And if you are into brown, dark brown, medium nugget, reddish brown, and dark tan pieces, this is the set for you. The minifigures are really cool. She's really cool. The female figures are better than the male. He's a bit weird. That eyebrow looks a bit funny. He's pretty cool. Very reminiscent of kind of some Star Wars kind of Rogue One type torso printing, and she's a bit like Agatha from what was that program? Vikings. Yeah, she reminds me of Agatha. Anyway, cool little minifigures, but yeah, man, good shields and printed tiles in it as well. Good pieces. It was whilst it was took me quite a while doing the part out. Like those medium nugget modified tiles, 108 of those. You know, there's quite a lot of volume of stuff, especially log profile tiles. Plenty of bits that I didn't have, which was good. Lots of new lots. Yeah, so that was a good part out. So that was done late last night and added into the store. Today I'm all set. The Brick Store file's done to do my 2 copies of the Boosh helmet. So more reddish brown, medium nugget stuff to add to the site. So there's going to be a big whack of that. That one comes in at 1,380. Part out value is not particularly good. How much is the set? Is it about $80 or something like that? But given I got one for half price, 120, so I'm making a bit more than double my money on that, aren't I? 122, 40, 360. So am I making 3 times? Can't figure it out. Oh, I'm rubbish at that. Anyway, it's not always about that. And again, there was quite a few bits in here that I didn't have as I went through. Nothing particularly crazy. There's a good printed tile, obviously, like the little plaque, although I think that's quite specialist for people buying it. Yeah, nothing incredible in this set. Those big arches, I didn't have any of those. I've got some dark blue grey ones, but I didn't have any of those. There's the plaque. Sticker sheet. Yeah, nothing sensational in there, but anyway, so that's on today's list, along with potentially sorting out a bag of used. You remember those big bags that we sorted out? Maybe do that. That is the box of tiles to go to the big brick. Is that what it is? I think that's what they're called. Loads of good comments over on before I jump to that, where that took us to is back up to 225, which is good, and the lot's back up to over 9,200, which is fantastic, and the feedback continues to be a source of great pride. So thank you to all of those people that do leave feedback, you know, and that's easy to say when it's all positive, isn't it? But you know what I mean, kind of. I know as a buyer, I only do it once I've got the stuff and stuff like that, and I kind of have a process of when I do it once I've counted it and stuff like that. Although admittedly now I'm buying for the store, that process is a lot more orderly, but yeah, that's it's nice. It's good. It's very reassuring that you're getting stuff right. And then over on the website, God, I'm all over the place. YouTube, up to 214. The subscribers is up to 519, and there was a whole heap of comments. More of the people finding it quite relaxing and part of a ritual, so that's really good. 21011, who has now watched all of the vlogs, which he might be the only one. And if you are also one of the people that's watched all of the vlogs, do leave a comment down below and I'll give you a shout out, because it's quite, what are we up to, like 27 vlogs now? It's quite a lot. Like that's more than a day's worth of watching. So you've seriously contributed to us getting to, or heading towards, the 5,000, is it 4,000? 4,000 viewing hours. I obviously made a comment in last week's vlog about getting the minimum, getting those small orders, and how I thought it was important. Dan makes a comment there about people having minimum orders being a good thing, because it's a waste of time picking orders with a few cents worth of parts, and I totally get it. Like if it's your full-time gig, time is money. You know, it's the same argument as me saying parting out is a waste of time. You know, 4,000 parts taking 4 hours when you could do 2,000 parts in half an hour. You know, the maths doesn't work. So I totally get it that people have minimum orders, minimum lot counts, minimum lot averages, and maximum lots as well. I totally get it. My theory is that I'm working in such a small space, picking one part or two parts takes me minutes to get that, to print a label, to do that, 5 minutes. And given that the volume of orders that I'm getting is 6 a day, if I took away those smaller orders, I think I'd be cutting my nose off to spite my face at this stage in the journey. And who's to say that that person doesn't come back with a whopping great order next time, because they liked the fact that they were able to buy, I had what they liked, it arrived on time, it was in good shape, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of, I get it, but each to their own is pretty much, and that's what makes Bricklink and Brickowl great, isn't it? That there's so much that you can do. Oh, I've not seen that one before. I stopped shipping international due because it seemed to be a big hassle going through our post office. Well, I've not seen this comment before. Or an answer to something else. Need a brick or two. Oh yeah. I was trying to check out his site. That's what it is. He left he's been running a site for 9 years, and at one point had 170,000 parts, which just 700,000 parts, which is a huge story. Made a decision to not worth. I'll read that later because it's a bit of a long one. If anyone's interested, it's on the how to filter your inventory in Brick Store thing. Anyway, orders. Let's get to the stuff that everyone likes every day. Later today. That's the white bricks that I left out too long, and now they're all covered in dust from being outside. So now I need to wash them again, which is a bugger. Parts left over from yesterday's part out that don't fit in the drawer anymore. I've got so many of these dark grey slopes. There was loads and loads of these large wedge plates that they're going to have to go in overflow. My little drawer of grey slopes is full. Yeah. And my 2L33, which is 2x6 various coloured plates, is full to busting, and I've got a whole tub full of more colours. So I need a solution for that moving forward. I've got to figure out what to do in that department, whether or not we need to move them up to a 5 litre bin, but I'm probably going to wait to month end rather than any more expenditure. Anyway, I digress. Back to the orders, people. Brickowl, bit of red and blue and one black kind of bit getting there. Someone having a bit of a Christmas party, some Christmas trees, a little bit of white and red, a black thing, and a 2022 advent calendar. That's it. C3PO and R2D2 minifigures. This one, obviously, space, time, cover that up. Used parts, 2 of those kind of classic space bricks, and a trans yellow 1x4 brick. And then this one is a Yoda, and it would have been 48. No, it would have been 85 of them, but I can't find one of them. That's like starting to annoy me, that I'm like falling one short on all of these things. And whilst it was like all that I had, and you see that on Brick Freedom, and theoretically you could just chuck them all in a bag and say done, I do still count them to make sure I'm accurate. So that's one missing, which I need to do a refund. So there's only 4 orders in overnight, so pretty quiet. Again, down on kind of the 6 a day that we were experiencing. I guess we're heading into the festive period. People need their money for Christmas periods and all of that. So perhaps this is just going to be the trend over the next wee while. It's going to be a little bit slower, but it's all good. It's the way it is. It means that we can focus on a little bit more sorting. Like I did some reclassification. I got through page 1 of me parts to add to the restock, which is now like monstrous long list. When I was at the storage unit yesterday getting boxes, I'll come back to that. These minifigures were lying around in a box with the old Millennium Falcon and the AT-ST, which has the weird box, if you remember way back to then. So I'm going to list these through the day. I don't know why he's got one black hand and one white hand. Shouldn't have. But so I'm going to... I don't even think that's the right body part, is it? Is that a Stormtrooper body part? It's not a Snowtrooper, is it? That's the wrong body part, isn't it? I think. Anyway, I'm going to break them down. I don't know whether that Lear's worth much. I'm pretty sure Han isn't. He might be. Not a bad price. But the rest of them are probably just going to part them out, actually. And then one of the reclassifications yesterday was... and I think Tanya from Sydney Brick Emporium mentioned it when we were talking about horses way back when, that every now and then I've got a listing where the picture's not there, and it's because I had the colour wrong. So this is a medium nugget, and I had it listed as nugget when I was new to the game and I didn't really know the colours very well, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So that was sitting in the drawer listed as nugget, so it was never going to show up. There's only one of them. But so I need to relist that and get that back in the drawer that it's now living in at some point during the day. As you can see, there's always lots of little bits that you need to do. Like there's a little container up there on the top of the AD drawers, which is just full of random bits that either couldn't be brickanized or stuff like that. You know, and down here I've got a sticker sheet, which I'm not sure what it's from, that I need to figure out. It's a little bit crinkled. I've no idea what that's from. Need to figure that out. Need to get it listed. But yeah, today could be a good day for doing that sort of thing. Anyway, right, I'll crack on. And I need to go to Bunnings, because today's the day that all the eBay stuff starts finishing. So I need to go to Bunnings. And for those of you not in Australia, Bunnings is like a DIY place. And they don't do carrier bags, but they do have these kind of enclosures with boxes that you can just take to put your stuff in when you're shopping. But they do large boxes, which is ideal for big sets, like the Twilight, like the Venator, things like that. So I need to go there and get some boxes and some more bubble wrap, because I've only got half a roll. So as of kind of this evening and tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, when we're packing up things that have sold on eBay, I'm going to need some bigger boxes beyond the ones that I've got that I went to the storage unit yesterday to retrieve. And yeah, rambling. Okay, bye. Tuesday afternoon. Normally I just do this tomorrow morning, but don't know. I need to clear the decks because I'm about to do part out. So 3 orders have come in this afternoon. 2 from Brickowl and 1 from Bricklink. Big one on Brickowl. Another one that's come through from Brickowl, which is good. A little bit of used, and then the majority new in dark blue and light blue grey. And you do have to concentrate doing Brickowl picking because of the way that they phrase the colours. The medium stone gets me every time because its representation in terms of the printout doesn't look like light blue grey all the time. So you do have to concentrate. That one is just 2 of those black clips. They are rare as hen's teeth, those ones. Every time you've got them, they go out the door. So a good part to have. And then this one on Bricklink, which has managed to print skew on the piece of paper, too much paper in the printer I think, is a mixture of used and new and a minifigure head. So yeah, 3 little orders have come in. Postman delivered 1 little order of parts. It's been a while since I've had any parts come in. This is another part that's very popular, another part that always sells. Got loads of these in black, nobody wants them in black, but light blue grey, well popular. And I don't know why I bought them, maybe I sold some. Anyway, just some parts coming in, which is good. So I'll get them uploaded after I've done the part out of the Boosh helmet set, which is all unboxed and ready to go. Cups are out, ready to roll. It is 4 o'clock. I feel like I've been very unproductive today. I got bubble wrap, that's about it really, and went to the post office. But yes, so time to get some work done. 450, and that is all of the parts sorted, or at least kind of unbagged and in cups, and what I knew where it went put away. If you need a little bit of brown, reddish brown or medium nugget in your store, this is the set for you. There is a heap of that. Surprisingly, for the set, quite a lot of black. Like, I don't really remember there being that much black in the set when I built it. It's up there. I don't remember there being that much black. Not a lot of dark bluish grey in there. Very little light bluish grey. But as you can see, I've kind of, and there's a fair mixture of other odds and sods in there. So yeah, that's everything kind of unbagged and ready to put away. I can tell already it's going to give me some reallocation issues along the way, and that's okay. We're just going to have to cope with that for the next week or so until I can sort that out a little bit more properly. Terrible English, but you know what I mean. No amazing parts. I think I already went through that on screen, didn't I? Kind of. But it is what it is, kind of, yeah, parts. Lots of curved slopes. There's a part in the wrong bit there. How's he snuck in there? He's on the loose. Yeah, so going to put that away. What is it now? 4:53. eBay sales are starting to finish. So get this put away. An order has come in, but it's only like 6 or 7 parts, so that's okay. Get that picked after I've done this, and then get that little order put away and tidy up all these bags. It does make a lot of rubbish. Good morning. It is Wednesday, bright and early. There are 6, 7, 9 orders in. Plus did I show you one or more? Oh, maybe that includes the ones from yesterday. So maybe there's one outside. So there's 10. You might have seen 3 of them. Anyway, so there might be 7 new ones. Oh, the maths. Anyway, so first up, a whole bunch of Lord of the Rings manuals, instructions, which is a good little sale. This one is kind of like really kind of varied one. A lot of Technic parts in this one, cogs and a windshield, some pins, connectors, wheels, more cogs. Yeah, a right little bunch of stuff in there, which is pretty cool. shields out, all of the shields out of the Viking village. They've already gone, and they were like $6, $7, almost $7 each, which is fantastic. And 3 clone troopers over there. And then I think those top 2, maybe they were the ones that were shown yesterday. Anyway, little Brickowl, quite a few Brickowl ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, Brickowl continuing to be pretty good. Another Brickowl one there, just kind of some bits and pieces in that one. One that came in this morning, which is some firemen and women. I think one of them is a fire lady. What do you call her? Female fire officer. Fire officer. It's probably the correct thing to say, isn't it? This one is rock parts in dark blue grey and dark blue, and some planty type stuff. And then this one is a repeat buyer, 4th time. So thanks very much for the order. Some, I think that's CMF torsos and some minifigure accessories. So yeah, good little orders. I was a bit kind of thinking the month was going to be really bad, kind of way back. Well, not that long ago. Kind of, I thought we were going to be way down, because it was 180 orders last month, and we're at 155 now. Admittedly, there's only today and tomorrow to go, but I thought we were going to be a long way down. Interestingly enough, kind of, the items sold is up. Given that we had the Bricklink outage, I'm still pretty kind of pleased with the items sold being up. That's the one that's just kind of like blowing my mind right now. Kind of 44 Bricklink orders. When you go back to October, I think that was 14 in total, 18 in total. So that's a huge uplift in Bricklink, Brickowl orders, which is incredible. So we're all up to date with everything, really. Been quite organised in the last couple of days. Kind of been doing my admin on the evenings. We are sitting at 226 with 9215 lots. I have to think about it for a minute. Obviously, the Bosch helmet thing went in. Had a bit of a disaster with one of my shipping, my parts orders. It was an order for 2,500 parts, which has got lost, sitting in Melbourne somewhere in a distribution centre. I've raised a query with Australia Post a few days ago, and they've come back and said, no, we can't find it. You just have to put that one down to lost. And I can only claim so much of the shipping, it seems. And so I've had to go back to the buyer. Yeah, it's probably my own fault, to be honest, for trying to cheap out on it, really, in terms of trying to save some money. So a bit of a lesson learnt there, in terms of you get what you pay for, or you get what you deserve, really, in that front. So it's a bit of a shame, because it was 2,500 parts which are not coming, which I've paid for, and recovering that is probably going to be a bit of a struggle, because it was coming from overseas. Yeah, so that's a bit of a shitter. The other thing that we've got happening with Australia Post at the moment is on their tracking, everything's saying it's delivered when it's not, which is really frustrating. As I go into the tracking, it says where it is further down, but they had a tracking error on the 26th, and all of the parcels that I took to the post office on the 26th, or all the labels that I initiated on the 26th, say they're delivered, even though they're still kind of on their way. and I've had 2 customers reach out to me querying it, rightly so, because it says it's delivered and they haven't got anything. And I thought that once they got scanned at the next kind of depot point, it would correct itself, but it hasn't, which is incredibly frustrating. That Australia Post have these things and they don't really communicate what they're doing or how they're fixing anything. They just kind of, takes, you submit an inquiry and it takes a week to hear back from them. They say 5 business days, but it's like, it was 7, which is just, come on, people. It's a My Business Post thing for a reason. You're supposed to be a bit more responsive. Anyway, rant over. There's no one else, is there? That does what they do with the tracking and all of that. I know a lot of people use Sendle, but you don't get the discount and you don't get the, anyway, I could go on and on, but it'd be a bit boring, won't it? Over on YouTube, we're up to 560 subscribers. The vlog, not going so well, this one. 268, kind of, it's ticking along. Some you win, some you lose. 560 is pretty good. Good comments coming through from people, which is the nicer thing, I think. Today's the day that the next how-to video comes out. I can't remember what the next one is. Let's go and have a little look. I've got a few stacked up. Today is how to manage wanted lists in Bricklink. Next week, how to get part out values. And a week after is how to understand what you're selling on Brickowl. So yeah, I've got 3 more weeks of those already loaded up, which takes us through to like 13th of December, which is good. I'm pre-planned. I'm ahead of the game on that stuff. I like to be organised, as everyone can probably tell. Yeah, so there you go. That's where we're at today. eBay stuff to sort out this morning. There's a lot of things being paid for, so that is my next job, to go and get all of that sorted after I have packed up all of these. So that's next. Little bit of a change of pace. So most of the day has been taken up doing eBay orders, bubble wrapping, putting them in boxes, doing printing labels. I had to go out again and hunt boxes around Bunnings. We're surrounded by Bunnings. There's like 3 or 4, 5 or 6 even. And I needed to get bigger boxes, which meant I had to go the other side of the city here in Perth. And we are blessed with 2 Lego stores. There's one at Carrinyup and there's another one over in Burragoon or something like that. I don't know how you pronounce it. And they have different pick-a-brick walls, and I'd seen that the pick-a-brick wall over in Burragoon, or however you say it, had different stuff. Now, they didn't have the plants and they didn't have the trans green bricks, but they did have this stuff while I was over there. So I just grabbed a large cup and I had a voucher. So I paid $25 for this little lot, whole load of reddish brown chairs, some light blue grey modified tiles, which actually I have heaps of, so I didn't need those at all, but they kind of served the purpose of filling up the bottom of the cup because they only had black round plates. That was the only small item they had to fill the bottom of the cup. That little bit down there that you want to fill up rather than waste the space, so I went with those. They had these trans red tiles, bricks, sorry, 2x1, 1x2, whatever you call them. They did have 1x4 white tiles, which I don't have an awful lot of, so that was a good little find. And they had these things, which I do seem to sell quite a lot of, obviously Christmassy, so I just grabbed some of them. $25, given that I had a voucher to use, felt like a fairly decent deal. So I'm just going to make a BSX file of those. I might then extend that into that thing that's been sitting here for a while now and see how I get on. But I'm going to start with that and we'll see how that adds up. So pretty quick getting that into a BSX file. There's only 5 items in my little pot, of which it comes to 872 parts. and 5 lots, as I've just said, but $83, so $25 going up to 83. I'm just checking the receipt now to make sure I've got that right. Yeah, 25.49 going up to 83, which is more than 3 times the part out value, so that's pretty good. So whilst I've got this BSX file going, I'm going to add these bits and pieces, and I'm just going to keep going. I might yeah, just keep going with that. Might try and add this little sticker sheet and stuff like that whilst I've just got a bit of a roll on. So I'll come back when I've done it. Good morning, Thursday. 7 orders in overnight, 2 fairly substantial, and quite a lot of minifigures. Yeah, quite contrasty really. We go from kind of 4 parts, somebody obviously making a mean dark saber or 2, and someone going for some real old school retro kind of hinge plates used, through to massive order. Is this the one that's going to, I think this one's going, yeah, this one's going to Canada. So a big bundle of used. I think they're building some kind of snow thing. There's a lot of white slopes. There's a lot of Technic bits that might suggest they're making some kind of ski lift kind of thing. I suspect, just judging by a couple of the parts, the kind of the gears. There's some ratchet type things. You see those little things with the teeth, yeah, that kind of thing, and some skis and stuff like that. So that one's off to Canada. A bit of a classic Yoda versus Count Dooku, with one of those lovely curved metallic chrome even lightsaber hilts, of which I've got quite a few in stock, and they do go, you know, 1 a week kind of thing, which is good. A whole bunch of clone Commander 187th. Now here's an interesting one. I sold one of those fighter tanks in that eBay thing, right? The minifigures are worth more than I got for the entire set on eBay, and I've got a whole bunch of them still in the storage unit, so there's a bit of a dilemma there whether to just part them out for the figures, because you've got those, you've got the troopers, which are more expensive than those, and you've got Mace Windu, yeah, as well, and battle droids. So yeah, it could be a parting out one, that one. And then the other minifigure one just came in this morning, some first order and 3 recruitment officers, so obviously someone's going to put a bit of a push on. And then this one is another big one. It was lots of types, 370 parts, but 123 lots, a lot of black. I'm going to suspect it's something Batman, judging by the dark tan and all of the black, but you know, you never know. I could be completely wrong. So yeah, I'm going with space for that one. Batman, obviously Star Wars, and some kind of snow scene there, and obviously that's Star Wars because it's a dark saber, although they might be doing something castle, you never know. So that's where we're at with that. It took me an absolute eternity last night to finish that file of new parts. It finished up at 1,941 parts. I uploaded them last night for $535. It did take me to like 20 past 10 to finish going through that. Man, it is a long process doing assorted parts, I tell you. That bumped us up to 228 and something. Obviously there's been some orders since then that have taken us back down again, but yeah, it was pretty decent. Little crop of stuff going in, close to the 230. I'd really like to get that before the end of the week. If I could get a little part out done later today, that would be awesome, although there is an awful lot of eBay stuff that I still need to sort. Oh, the praise little thing has gone up. One day I'm going to do this and there's going to be like someone saying you're absolutely rubbish, isn't there? Parts arrived and ready to be used. Stay safe. Well, Fast postage, excellent service. A lot of people commenting on how fast the postage is. I think there's a lot of people that perhaps don't deliver quite as quickly, and I guess that's just a consequence of people not doing it full time and, you know, having other commitments, work and family and just life in general. So I guess I'm lucky in that sense that I can get things out fairly rapidly working around my job. Over on YouTube, the new how-to went up about managing wanted lists. Some good comments on that. Seems there's a lot of stuff that I could do on wanted lists about creating them, adding parts to them, managing them and stuff like that, which I might well do and add to that. I don't know whether we were on 560 yesterday, but we're kind of hovering around that. This week's blog, creeping along. It's not going to do much, I don't think. And I haven't actually been into Brick Freedom yet this morning to clear these orders, because I've not done the postage labels yet. 7 orders to pick, it says, which is all of that. So I've not been through and done my adding to my list of things yet. So I'm going to do that next, and then sort out the labels, and then jump into the eBay stuff, of which I want to try and clear all of that today if I can. Good morning, Friday, December the 1st, the first day of summer, and it is already a cracker outside. Because I'm in the future here in Australia compared to the rest of the world, whilst it says December up here, the stats still fall into November until kind of mid-afternoon, so any sales still count against November. So I've learned that mistake over the last few months, that can't go too early on everything, but it's not going to drastically change the month that was. So a little bit down, but when you consider we were offline with Bricklink for, was it 5 days, 4 days, 5 days, and 5 or 6 orders a day, that would be 25 orders. We did 180 last month, we did 167 so far this month, so we're about 13 down. I would say without Bricklink having been down, we would have been up, if you get what I mean. But there you go. Financially down, probably wouldn't have been up even with those extra sales, and items sold way up. Average sale, can't remember. Average sales per day definitely down, but we'll do all of that in the usual wrap up video. I won't go into too much detail about this week, other than the average sale has been pretty good this week. It has been a good week all in all. Happy with that. What was I going to look at then? Oh, orders. Ah dear. So 4 orders in overnight. 1 heading off to the States. A lot of black. A sticker sheet from, I want to say it's from a battle pack, but I could be wrong. I think it might be a battle pack. Is it a 5 or first battle pack or something? Don't know. A couple of dark tan minifigure caps. I do like those caps. They've got a good shape to them. This one, well, a whole load of bright light orange, which is an unusual one, but when you have it, it does go. Like when someone buys it, they tend to buy everything you have. A lot of white and a little bit of used thrown in. No idea what they're building. That one fascinates me, whereas that one, I always think it's a bit Batman-esque when people are getting wheels and a lot of black, but I don't know, they could be building anything. I'm just kind of assume, because I only really like Batman out of all the superheroes, it's who I go to. And then this one over here is another curious little mixture of stuff. The one lime clip that I had, some of those minifigure roller skate things, a Technic ball joint with a white dot, which I have no idea which set that one came out of originally, and a flat silver sword blade. So yeah, all done with that. There's more eBay stuff went on kind of during yesterday, and what else happened? Oh, I did a part out, didn't I? Let's have a look where it took us really close to 230. 229,441. So if I do some more today, we'll be there, which would be awesome to kind of end the week on 230. That would be a real result. I brought home those fighter tank battle packs. I have 6 of them. I don't know whether to part them out or not. Kind of umming and ahhing, because originally I bought them as I'm going to invest in Lego and sit on it for 10 years and then I'll be a millionaire. You know, that rubbish that everyone thinks they're going to do, and then you don't. Yeah, so I parted out 2 of those creative party box sets yesterday. There was interesting colours in there. I think it's one of those ones that'll be like almost like clickbait. It'll draw people in because the unusual colours, as opposed to something that you want an awful lot of. So we'll see how we go with that. Could be interesting, but who knows? You never know. You never know. Over on YouTube, where are we sitting at the moment? It's been a bit of a slow week on there as well. Don't know, maybe the run's over. We've been sitting on 560 for a while. The new how-to doing all right, 95. This week's vlog's pretty slow. Maybe I need more colourful little graphics over the top, or a more clickbait-like headline on there as well. Don't know. I saw one the other day that was Bricklink was not hacked. So I thought, oh, I'll watch that, see what that's about. It was quite a dull podcast, vlog, video podcast, whatever you call it, to watch. Essentially, they were saying that Bricklink hadn't been hacked. Users had been hacked. Not the actual site. It was quite anticlimactic, really. But yeah, anyway, rambling on. Next on my job is obviously get to the post office, get all that stuff out of the way, and I want to clear my pad for the week, get those finished off. That is the amount of parts that I've put in the store this week so far. So that's what, 2, 4, 8, probably knocking on 10,000, which ain't bad. So yeah, I want to get those in my wanted list, and then actually over the weekend I will probably place a new parts order with a couple of the bigger stores, so that I'm getting a big whack of parts in at once. So just before midday, and just picked 2 more orders that came in. But what are the chances of 2 orders, like literally maybe 10 minutes apart, both having Fozzie Bear? Both of them. What's going on? Suddenly Fozzie, the guy that did Fozzie Bear passed away or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, first one, just 3 CMFs from the Muppets. We've got Fozzie Bear, Miss Piggy, and I actually knew that he was called Ralph the dog. Never knew that was his name. And then this one is obviously someone doing some knights stuff, some shields, some swords, a Fozzie Bear because he was living in a castle, a whole range of 1x1 tiles. It's obviously a computerized castle because they've got some keypads, or they've got a shop store. Maybe it's like a castle where people go and visit and there's a gift store, maybe. Some horses, the white horses from the paddock, seeing their first departure. See you fellas, it was lovely. They've been cared for. They're off to pastures new. There's a lot of comedy opportunity with horses that you don't get with other things. A bunch of light blue grey and some black plates. That one's gone express. That one's gone domestic. And it's almost midday, so that's kind of the end of the orders that I'm going to be trying to get out today. The list is all checked off, and I've actually placed 2 orders with Australian stores, one with surplus parts and one with the Brixtons. Use them quite regularly, always got great stock. Obviously some parts are kind of above the price that I'm wanting to pay and stuff like that, but they generally have a lot of parts, so both of those orders decent. So we'll see those when they come in, probably through next week, I'd imagine. So get these packed and off to the post office. they love it when I turn up right around lunchtime and it's busy, but there you go. So it's the end of Friday. When I say the end, it's 1:30, but that sun is beaming and I fancy a pint, I'll be honest. Big week. Anyway, 2 parcels have arrived during the week. One of the bottom one's been sitting around for a few days because I thought it was the plant pots set that I ordered ages ago. I didn't realise it didn't actually come out till today. And then this one arrived today. So I opened this one and lo and behold, gifts with purchase before you've actually received the sets that you've ordered. Still waiting for my museum set. It's like, how long is that going to take to get here? I seem to have ordered that ages ago and they took the money quite a while ago. So that's that Magisto's Magical Workshop, which I think is like a remake of an old set or something. I don't remember it, but I've got it now. Limited edition, is it? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's alright, I guess. I don't really know. Kind of, I was buying stuff, so I just got it, because it's a gift for purchase, isn't it? So there's that one, and then there's this thing, which I'm like, yeah, whatever. Kind of, I'm really not into these kind of seasonal ones. I don't know why. I love Christmas. I love all of the gift giving and all of that, you know. I love Christmas cake, but seasonal Christmas sets, perhaps not my thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to add it to the store. So that was that one with the shredded box. And then I was like, well, I wonder what this one is. Because it's peculiarly packed. I'm expecting it to be a set. But no. It's the same again, but in a different shaped box. Now, everyone knows that the postal system works on a volumetric system, so if you've got a bigger box, the volume, is that not logic? Anyway, so it's another one of them. I'm turning into one of these YouTubers, aren't I, that's like, here's all my Lego, look at me, aren't I amazing, I bought loads of Lego. I haven't, this is all free gifts for purchase, because I did buy sets for kids for Christmas and things like that. I get the freebies out of it, so yeah, that's those two are going on the store, because that's the way it goes, and that's all going in the recycle. But I'll probably keep one and put one in the store, but no plant pots and no museum set. We shall wait, which is frustrating, isn't it? Anyway, it's the end of Friday, and here's where we're at. That creator set had lots of strange printed tiles. I feel like it's some kind of code system that they're trying to tell you. I don't know. I've just put some parts in the store as well. So we're ending the week 230,000, which is just, I don't know. It's getting a bit addictive. It's getting a bit addictive just putting parts in the store, which is a bit kind of a worry, isn't it? So yeah. We're over the 230,000 going into the weekend. Given that it's the start of the month, hopefully people will be on the shop. But we shall see, I guess. You never know, because you know, people might be saving for Christmas and spending stuff on family and friends. My invoice is due for Brick Freedom, so I need to get that paid. And I don't know whether we've tipped over into December yet. No, nothing's showing on December, but pretty much we must be there by now. So we finished 11 sales down, and I can't remember exactly on the finances where we finished, but Brickowl finished with 47 sales. Its previous high was 14, so that is a phenomenal increase. 5.6 sales a day, which is down, but there's been a lot impacting this last month, hasn't there? I think we can all agree. 36 sales in the week. Oh no, that was last week. 36 last week, 26 this week. We're 10 behind going into the weekend. So that's actually possible. That's very doable from this point, given that we're usually getting a good little crop at the weekend. So all's looking well. Average sale is up, which is good. Total shipping is down, apparently. That doesn't feel right to me, because I feel like I've done a lot of postage labels and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've done more than I did the week before, but it's sometimes just funny, isn't it? You just feel like you've done more. Maybe it's because I did a lot of eBay. I haven't done any of the finances yet. I'm going to do that over the weekend, and then we can see that. I'll do the usual. I'll do like a little snapshot for the vlog, and then I'll do the bigger deep dive during the week and put that out some point during the week. Yeah, but not bad at all. I'm happy with things are progressing, I'll be honest, and it is a learning curve. It continues to be. You learn what sells. You learn just by the frequency of picking and seeing and knowing, oh, I pick this a lot. Sometimes that's just in your mind, but more often than not, it is exactly what you think it is. You are picking 1x4 plates a lot in white, and you're running out like 2x3 plates in white, pretty much running out of them. We're going to finish on 560. These things peak and trough. This week's vlog has gone to 315. The how-to is at 95. How-to series seems to be going pretty well. It'd be lovely if you got statistics for how playlists were doing. I don't think you do get that kind of statistics in the back end, but that would be good, because it would give you an idea of what was popular as a grouping. Popular videos. They're the most popular videos. Star Wars, first week, parting out, Star Wars. So that tells you everything about the world, doesn't it? Star Wars rules the world. Yeah, that's good. Happy. Right, so that's the weekend. As I say, gonna get the financials done. The usual tidying up, cleaning down, whatever you call it, getting ready for the week ahead. Think about parts orders for the month ahead, and think about when I'm gonna the actual period of time when I'm gonna shut down over the holiday period. Probably only like a week or two. Probably not that long, to be honest, but yeah, more on that as we go ahead. So thanks for watching, everyone, this week. Hope this has been not too boring. It feels like not a lot of exciting stuff has happened this week, but I say that all the time, and then it doesn't look too bad when I put the vlog together. But thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, ask a question, any ideas for how-to videos, leave them down below. Any questions, fire them in. I'll do my best, and I shall see you next week.